Close your eyes. Now, what is the first thing you think of when I ask you to picture a haunted doll? Was this what you thought of? Arguably one of the most well-known haunted dolls, discovered by Ed and Lorraine Warren and popularized immensely by the Conjuring and Annabelle movies. I understand if she is what you thought of. She's creepy as hell. But she isn't on this list. Don't get me wrong, I'm not diminishing Annabelle or dismissing her curse, because I certainly wouldn't want to encounter her. I'm simply saying she's not the only haunted doll out there. One of the most popular haunted dolls in Canada, Mandy has been described as Canada's Annabelle. Her cracked face, her half smile, her eyes that seem to track your movements. Electronics also have a habit of malfunctioning in Mandy's presence. You can see for yourself if you go to the Quinsell Museum in British Columbia. She was donated to the museum back in 1991 after her former owner kept hearing disembodied baby cries. She tracked the sound down to the basement and found nothing except for Mandy in a storage box. After donating the doll, the mysterious crying stopped. Mandy seems content to creeping out visitors and playing tricks on the staff. Items and lunches will go missing to turn up in random places. And although she's never been seen moving, somehow the little lamb sitting on her lap has been found outside of the locked exhibit. People also have issues photographing or videotaping Mandy. Batteries will go dead and your devices malfunction. So the staff recommends asking nicely if you'd like a photo souvenir. You seem to have better luck if you ask permission first. Amelia was once auctioned off on eBay, where she became one of the highest viewed items. The seller posted, "This doll is not recommended for the weak at heart, or for any little kids to have in their bedrooms." Apparently, the original owner claimed that Amelia's eyes were blue, but had slowly glazed over in a creepy, glowing green, despite being kept out of direct sunlight. Once her eyes changed, weird things started happening. The person who purchased her reported that he found her standing in the hallway, heard her giggling, and once saw her wave. On June 2014, on a busy street in Singapore, residents discovered a small doll leaning against a tree. The doll looked somewhat antique, wearing a stained silk dress, and the doll looked as though it had been accidentally left outside overnight. The doll was blindfolded with a cloth, with the word Bismillah, an Arabic phrase meaning "in the name of God" written on it. Reports claim the doll can be heard talking when it's left alone in a room, and is found with its head turned in a different direction than when left. It said that it spoke in an adult female voice. Stories from Twitter revealed that the doll had been possessed and was moving around on its own when the original owner wasn't home. She had bound the eyes and left it far away from home so it couldn't follow her back. The blindfold was unfortunately removed, although no one knows by who, and the doll has been missing since. Because apparently, the doll will follow whomever removes the blindfold off of its eyes. Viewing warning. The curse of the next doll is said to have an effect just by looking at photos or video of this doll. If you'd rather not risk it, go ahead and skip ahead. Are you ready? Okay. On the surface, Peggy looks like a normal doll, a little girl's play companion. But Peggy isn't so innocent. She is actually possessed by an impish spirit. There have been over 80 cases reported of people having chest pains, nausea, and debilitating headaches after looking at photos or videos of Peggy. Some even recalled they saw visions of mental institutions combined with intense anxiety, and one person even claims that Peggy gave her a heart attack. Her previous owner, who claimed the doll was haunting her dreams no matter where she moved the doll to. She apparently sought help of a priest, and after 2 visits, there was no change. So the owner reached the point that she was having fever and hallucinations. She turned the doll over to paranormal investigators, who determined Peggy was possessed by the spirit of a woman born in 1946 who died of a chest condition, possibly asthma. The 4 different psychics who have studied Peggy all say that she is restless, frustrated, and previously persecuted, possibly in the Holocaust. Droves of people have come forward with similar accounts, ranging from their computer freezing when they looked at Peggy's picture, to the room going cold and light bulbs blowing out. She can affect people's dreams. She reportedly visited a lady in her dreams, warning about one of her cats. The next morning, the woman found her cat ill, and the cat died later that day. Allow me to apologize in advance if after viewing this video you experience anything. Go ahead and let me know if Peggy invades your dreams tonight. But don't say I didn't warn you. For over a century, Joliet has belonged to 4 generations of a single family. This doll comes with a terrible possession, and yet the family does not dare part with nor destroy this doll. A woman only known as Anna G, as she wishes to remain largely anonymous, currently owns Joliet. At night, she says this doll lets out the cries of 4 baby boys. Sometimes only one baby cries, sometimes they cry together. Anna knows the names of all 4 of the babies crying from within the doll. It is this knowledge, known to 4 generations of mothers and daughters, that keeps this haunted doll in their possession. You see, this doll is not only haunted, but cursed. Anna's pregnant great-grandmother received Joliet as a present from a friend, as a supposed pregnancy gift. Unknown at that time, but this friend who gave her the present was jealous. Jealous of what? No one knows for sure, just that she was. This doll, given out of this unknown jealousy, was cursed, and tragically so. For each woman in this family would have 2 children, a son and a daughter. But tragically, their son would die after only 3 days of life. Anna's great-grandmother gave birth to a healthy baby boy, and on the 3rd day, her newborn son's life was lost to a sudden and mysterious illness. Soon after her son's death, Anna's great-grandmother started to experiencing the haunting coming from within the doll Joliet. A baby's cry could be heard late in the night, and she knew it was that of her deceased child. She knew that somehow her son was trapped within, and that she should protect him. Who knows what would happen if the doll broke? She could never get rid of this doll. The doll was passed into the hands of Anna's grandmother. She knew of her brother's death, and that her mother believed that he was trapped inside Joliet. What she did not know was that the same exact tragedy would strike again. For she had 2 children, a son and a daughter, and once again the son died at 3 days of age, and his crying voice was added to the doll. The cycle would repeat again and again until today, with Anna being the current owner of the doll. She has no daughter now, and lost her son at 3 days. Anna says her son's cries have been added to that of the other 3 boys, and each member of the cursed family has cared for the doll like they would have cared for their own sons should they have lived. Aside from the fact that losing her own son is horrible, the worst part of the curse is knowing that her daughter too will lose a son as the cycle continues. She says the cries can be heard quite clearly, But a spiteful addition to the curse is that the owner of Juliet carries the heavier burden of no one believing them, for they are the only ones who can hear their child and the other children's cries coming from within the doll. Like what you see? Go ahead and hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe and get those notifications so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video.